Yeah, I think I'm gonna just sit around my house and barbecue or something.
The world can see us now, everybody.
No, we're up.
I think we're probably on social media now,
Okay.
if I had to guess.
And Derek's in the shot. Fantastic.
Hey, Derek.
Andrew wasn't in the shot. He's behind the TV. I'll leave it. Welcome. You just got us tons of ratings.
Yeah.
I'm pretty famous this year, so.
Thanks, man.
We don't have like a timer that says YouTube.
No, I mean they have a timer back there, but you probably won't see it. They'll start showing me at like 5 minutes. I keep a little timer here, just mental note.
So are we actually filming 29 minutes or is that minus?
We'll do 28 and a half minutes, and it'll be nonstop. There'll be commercials before and after, but not during.
We're at speed. Stand by, everybody. I'm like a 14-year-old today. My voice is changing. Stand by, everybody.
Yeah.
Here we go. I know we're live to the world. Everybody's like, "Oh, you okay?" I'll let background clear. Stand by. In 3, 2, you're live, Justin.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed for you. Think of it like getting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. If you have any questions whatsoever during the show, we have people standing by right now. 407-205-0400. You can also ask me questions directly on the website, youhavepower.com. It's youhavepower.com. Excellent interviews throughout the show today, but before we start, it's time for my opening statement. How do I make money flipping houses? That's something that we've all asked ourselves at one point in time. You know, it's 9 a.m., we don't want to go to work. We want to be a house flipper because you don't have to work hard to do that, right? Let me caution you. Any of these get-rich-quick schemes that you see out there, you need to be very, very leery of. If someone asks you to pay them a lot of money to go to a seminar, or better yet, they say, we'll give you a loan to pay for you to come to my seminar to make you make millions of dollars right out of the gate, run. Head for the hills. Be very careful when people are asking you for your money to learn how to flip homes. You got to start slowly. Maybe partner with someone that you know who has already flipped some homes, someone that you really do trust. Partner with a mortgage company that you trust to know that you're going to be able to get the financing that you need to purchase the home. Find an excellent real estate agent that you trust who's going to show you homes and not try to make you buy something that there's no way you can make money off of once you do the work on. It's all about trust, ladies and gentlemen. Trust, research, diligence are the 3 keywords that you need to know if you want to get into flipping homes. Be very careful out there. There's a lot of really shady people who are ready to take your money and run. Speaking of house flipping, who better to have on the program today than the 2 stars of zombie house flipping over on A&E? I've got Ashley and Keith. How are you guys? Thanks for being here today.
No, doing really well.
So,
really well.
I mean, what do you think about flipping? Is there still money to be made out there flipping houses, Keith?
I think there's always opportunity. I think the market has tightened a little bit so that it's less of a market for people who are getting started. This would be a tough market to get started in. 2012, 2013, when there was a lot of supply, there was a larger margin for error. Right now, you really better know what you're doing.
Ashley Casserly, you're the star of the show, but also the broker-owner of Blueprint Real Estate Group. How has being on this national television program affected your business here in Central Florida?
It's excellent. I mean, it's great advertising for me, and we have a little company downtown and lots of agents, so everyone's busy, and I think the market has been really good lately. Definitely have a lot of kind of out-of-state buyers purchasing homes in Florida, especially because they want low taxes and want to keep them as rentals. And then anything we've had on the show that we've flipped ourselves has sold. I mean, I literally put up the for sale sign and it's gone
Is that right?
before it even gets on the MLS. So It's been crazy, yeah.
By the way, when can I watch the show now?
I would consult your local TV guy.
Okay.
we're on all different times.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on demand all the time. So
Oh,
you can
perfect.
watch. Yeah, so the first
Amazon.
half of season 3 has been airing, and now the second half of season 3 is going to start probably in about 4 months.
No, yeah, I think September or so. But our new episodes come on in prime time on Wednesday nights. But the shows that are out now are reruns, and they're on all throughout the week.
Much like me, Keith, you have young children.
Yeah.
Are you a star when you get home to your house?
No, I think what was the quote? No man is a prodigy in his own home.
Yeah.
I am the least famous person in my house.
When we were doing this show, You Have Real Estate, last week, I actually had my daughter Sophia here for the show.
Oh,
She's
cool.
a 6-year-old kid. And while I was in the middle of my introduction, I saw her leave. She's completely disinterested in anything I
Yeah.
do. You know, you would think, oh, Daddy's on the radio, he's on TV. Nope, not at all.
Yeah,
Hang on
no.
you, huh? I feel better now.
Not even interesting.
Do your kids watch it though?
We'll sit down and watch the new episodes,
Yeah.
but not the reruns. And it's funny, they just my daughter, I have 3 kids also.
Yeah.
My daughter, my youngest, she's 10. She doesn't remember me not being on the show because we started when she was 4 or 5.
Right.
And it's just perfectly normal to her, inexplicably.
So let's get to it here. So let's say that I am interested in becoming a house flipper. Ashley, what are some red flags I really need to be looking for when I buy that first house that I want to flip?
Red flags. I mean, obviously the price is key, and so you have to basically, I don't know, I would kind of look at all the electricity. I mean, it's just so hard to find a good deal right now that it's, you know, there's lots of different red flags, honestly.
Yeah, I think you make your money when you buy the house, not really when you sell it, because the sale price is if you build the house right, the sale price is the only part of it that's pretty well fixed, right? Like for a given amount of square footage, you know what that house should sell for. So the variable is the purchase price, and you have to kind of work backwards from the anticipated sale price and factor in the purchase, the cost of money, the repairs, and the profit you need to have a successful margin.
How do you guys see the real estate market, say, over the next 2 years here in Central Florida? And let me preface that by saying, obviously, 2006, the absolute peak, 2010, maybe the bottom, 2011, something like that. Clearly, over the last 2 years, it's gone up significantly. But what do you see over the next 2 years?
I have no idea.
That's tough. Great
answer.
I mean, I, as you well know, I didn't see 2006 coming. So
I don't want to be negative, but I do see it slowing down, just kind of hopefully staying at the level it is right now, because that would be amazing. But it's you know, over the summer, everyone kind of put their house on the market before the summer, and it's kind of slowed down a little bit right now.
Yeah. Flipping a house is hard, especially for a novice, is it not? And what makes it so difficult?
Oh my goodness, it's just so hard.
my first flip cost me a Harvard education. So I stuck with it, and that education allowed me to, continue doing it and make a living at it. But that first time, I mean, it's unbelievable the number of things you don't know.
But even now, when we've flipped so many houses on the TV show, and aside from the TV show, you run all your numbers, and you think you can estimate the rehab costs, and it's honestly always more.
Right.
Even as seasoned as we are, it blows my mind how much extra stuff that you just don't think about at the beginning.
What are some of the areas of the house that I should focus on when I buy a house, right? It has some issues. What are some areas that I can really spend money on that are going to get me the value back?
Well, the 4 systems in any house are the roof, plumbing, air conditioning, and electric, right? So those are the things that you want to absolutely understand the condition of and the rehab costs, because those are also going to be the more expensive components. And you don't want to be surprised to discover halfway into a flip that it needs a new roof. And since Hurricane Irma, roofs are priceless right now, right? So there's you want to look at the big ticket items first and validate whether you have to replace those or not, and then kind of work your way down, like triage.
Yeah. And do you find yourself, even seasoned investors, seasoned flippers like you are, that you get to the end and you're like, wow, we just completely underestimated this?
Yeah.
Does that ever happen to you?
That just happened with one of the listings that I'm going to show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just everything is so expensive. I didn't know the crawl space was caving in.
Oh.
the water damage had gotten through the whole way, so I had to reinforce the whole crawl space. And then you forget to add soffits and gutters that you need over a septic tank. There's so many different things that you have to think about.
Yeah.
Septic tanks.
I mean, I think they have a real estate agent on Zombie House Flippers for a reason, because I think that some people who are trying to flip, who are trying to get into that business, will get to the end of the flip and say, you know what, I can just sell this place myself. Do you recommend, if I'm trying to flip a home, to do it myself or hire an agent, and why?
Oh my goodness, hire an agent,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, they have the time and the energy, and that's their forte, and they're going to put all of their marketing efforts towards you getting
Right.
money, and I mean, it's a no-brainer. And you also need an agent to buy the house at the beginning, because they're the ones that can run the comps. They know the neighborhood. They're going to send you a comparative market analysis, which you need, and you have to have someone who knows what they're doing, so you get the right price, and then you can make a certain amount of money at the end.
Yeah, you need that expertise. And,
I agree.
What she said.
I totally agree. What about lending, Keith? I mean, if I'm going to go try to start flipping homes, am I going FHA? Do I have to go get hard money? How do I really find money to buy the house?
Hard money is a very, very solid short-term solution. If you are going to be, because it's 12, 13%, 10%, whatever interest rate you're looking at, you can do that for a short period of time, almost whatever the interest rate is. If it's a longer flip, if it's a full restoration, if it's historic and you're doing, all kinds of stuff, length of time dictates what sort of funding you should have. Short flip duration, 2, 3, 4 months, hard money. Longer than that, realistically, a proper mortgage at a lower interest rate would be ideal.
Yeah. What kind of cash down do I normally need to have if I'm going to flip? And then I have to spend a lot of money on the rehab as well, right? Where does all this money come from?
Right. So it depends on a lot of things. It depends on your history in the industry. It depends on how good your credit is. It depends on how much the hard money people like you.
Yeah.
Is that true? It's relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is, because at the end of the day, they're not going to go through all the steps a bank is going to go through. But if you fail to make your payments, they're going to want their collateral back.
Just a little advice for someone who's watching right now, who they really do want to start flipping homes. 3 or 4 steps to really make us successful. What do you think, Ashley?
I would say work with realtors so that you can find the best deal. And then I think that you really have to get your money lined up, which is it's very difficult. I mean, you have to have a certain amount. You have to have at least 20% just to buy the property. I don't know, what other advice can you think of?
So I would make sure that some of the more successful people I've met actually have finance backgrounds, and they're able to do reasonably realistic projections on what things are going to cost, and they have their numbers together. Now, there's obviously a lot of unanticipated possibilities, but I would say having the numbers, having them be realistic, and then add 30% to your realistic numbers. And you have to your hypothesis on how much profit you're going to make has to survive that.
I do have an agent right now that is buying houses that just need cosmetic fixes, but he's replacing the water heater, the roof, and painting it, and just putting it back on the market.
That's it.
Yeah.
What kind of time frame does
Because
that take?
he's selling it to first. He had one house for 12 days.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Now that's a good flip right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's the best.
And
guy.
I think he pocketed 30 grand.
Oh
from
wow!
Yeah.
Excellent. So how would you say? Last question for you both.
Yep.
How has having your own national television program on A&E changed your lives?
I get to talk to a lot more people in Home Depot.
Yes.
Is that right?
In Publix, everyone knows me now. It's funny because people approach you and they think that they know you, and you're kind of like, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's funny.
So Ashley, I thought it would be a great idea to show off a couple of properties that you've actually worked on, ones that you've bought that didn't look so good, that you've rehabbed, and now they're back on the market. So let's start at Essex Place. Ashley, tell me a little bit about Essex Place.
Essex Place, we bought that about 6 months ago and rehabbed it on the show. It's a little 1,300 square foot home, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and it sold within a day. It's actually pending right now, so it's going to close July 17th. And yeah, it looks amazing.
Wow.
Definitely didn't look like that. I couldn't
Yeah.
even enter it. It was so disgusting because it smelled like cat pee and there was cat litter everywhere. And I was
Nice.
pregnant at the time.
Oh.
That's very dangerous. So yeah, so it looks a lot better now. We got rid of the smell.
How long did it take to rehab this one?
Probably took about 5 months. Yeah,
4 or 5, yeah.
It was,
And is that normal, or was it kind of lengthened because of the TV show?
The TV show definitely draws it out, but there's also, again, it just everything takes longer than you think than you expect it will.
And then at the end of the day, let's say someone else had bought this house. Was there money to be made?
yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this one. Luckily on the show we have a few sponsors too, so it makes it a little easier for us for the.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have one more property. I know this is kind of a secret property here. Let's call it a pocket listing that
Yes.
Ashley has. So I'm not even going to say
Yeah.
the address. So go ahead, Ashley.
This
Tell
one
me
took
about
a while.
this
Well, actually, we bought this in October and finished in June.
one. Okay.
So, but
A
yeah,
massive renovation there.
yeah, it was a 3,000 square foot renovation. Needed everything.
What part of town, let's say?
Little Lake Conway area.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
so it's
it.
right on the lake. It's really gorgeous.
What did this place look like when you first bought it?
Oh God.
It was a therapist's office.
Is that
He
right?
thought it was a therapist's office. It was kind of scary. It had like very low ceilings and a long, skinny hallway, and just lots of doors with locks on it. And
They had had deadbolts on the bedroom doors with locks on the outside, and the bedrooms had all their own bathrooms.
Interesting.
yes,
Kind
so a huge transformation.
Beautiful home now.
Yeah, that's coming up
Beautiful
in the
home.
market
So-
probably in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
We're hoping to
so-
sell it in about the $1 million range, and that hasn't actually aired either yet. So
Okay.
that'll-
So if you are interested in this property or any property from Ashley Casterly, or you just want to talk to the stars of Zombie House Flippers, give us a call. 407-205-0400. Also have plenty of information on the website, youhavepower.com. Keith, we're going to say goodbye to you,
right.
buddy. It's great to see you. Thanks for being here, of
Absolutely.
course. Ashley,
Absolutely.
you're going to stick around for the real estate roundtable
Sure.
at the end of the show, right?
Yes.
So, today's show is all about flipping homes. And again, I can't think of any better guest than the stars of Zombie House Flipping. But there's another agent in town who knows her fair share about flipping homes as well. This is Sandy Jones with Clock Tower Realty. Hello, Sandy. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you? It's good to
Very
see
happy
you.
to be here.
Do you have any horror stories of any clients that you've worked with, either buying a flipped home or they were trying to flip home and they just lost it? They lost everything.
There are many horror stories, too many to tell right now. Excuse me, but I would always recommend really looking under the hood of a house, per se. Get a home inspection, no matter how great it looks on the outside. Flipping is made to make the house look great, but unfortunately, you never know how the electrical, roofing, AC really is functioning.
And keep in mind that someone who is flipping a home, at the end of the day, they're selling it to an end user. I mean, this is going to be the roof
Exactly.
over some family's head. This is going to be their home. When you're working with buyers, right, and you know that the house had just gone through a recent flip, are you a little extra careful in the inspection to make sure everything's done
Absolutely.
right? And
Absolutely.
what are some of the issues I should really be looking out for?
Well, one issue that a lot of people don't inspect for that I would say is go further and don't try and save yourself money on the inspection. Look at mold. You can't see if there's mold behind the walls. That's really one of the priorities. Everything else, I would say inspectors are really good at looking at the main functional items, but do as much as you can. Get it right and know exactly what's going on with the house before you make that investment.
Do you always recommend getting an inspection for your buyers?
Absolutely,
Why
even
is
with
that?
new construction,
Yeah.
and actually, especially now with new construction, some subcontractors right now, they're the same no matter who you're really building with. They're just saturated with new home building, and some things are being overlooked or left behind. The house can visually look amazing, however, unfortunately, there are things that are discovered years down the line. People think because they have warranties, they don't need that inspection, and then all of a sudden the stucco begins to crack, and perhaps there are shingles that were missing. Really simple things that if you get an inspector out there to see what's really going on, no matter you're not the expert, get an expert to do that job.
Well, let's say I'm thinking about buying a house, okay? So I owned a couple of houses in 2006, then I went through foreclosure, and I've just been scared off by the real estate market. I have noticed that the rental market is insane. I mean, to rent
really
a house
is.
now, it costs
Absolutely.
you basically your firstborn. I mean, it's crazy out
Yes.
there, the rental market. So I'm thinking about getting back into the home ownership market, but I've been nervous. I've been nervous because I went through a foreclosure. How do you see the market right now?
Yeah, I hear that a lot. And actually, what I tell people is I see the market stabilizing. It's been going up in leaps and bounds. However, it's still going up because our market and our economy is great. Florida's growing. There's a lot going on here, and there's a lot of people, an influx of people from out of state. Not just from out of state, but even different parts of Florida, because the job market's great. We have, where I am is mostly the Winter Garden area in Windermere, and our schools are great. So people want to be here. People want to be in the Sunshine State.
Let's just get it right out in the open. Are we going to have another economic and real estate collapse
I don't foresee that.
like we did in 08,
No,
9,
I think
10,
one
11?
of the, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, please.
One of the main faults for that was the loose mortgage industry, that anybody could get a loan, and that's not happening right now. I have people complain because they're saying, what, do I have to give my blood type to get a loan? And,
Yeah.
you know, we don't exactly go that far, but they're thoroughly
a
checked.
pulse and a pin. That's all you needed in 2006. They'll give you $1 million.
Exactly.
That's all you needed. But if you're thinking about getting back into the market and you need to get pre-approved, give us a call. I have lenders standing by right now for you. 407-206-0400. 2006 was the peak, no doubt about it. 2019, as we sit here today, are we back to the peak prices? Are we at 90%, 80%? Where do you think we are in comparison to 06?
By leaps and bounds, a very different place. The prices have gone up because of supply and demand. Again, they are stabilizing. I don't think we're going to see that crash. I think that's highly unlikely, and that the market is now going to be a healthy market for both buyers and sellers. We see houses, there's been in the most market, the latest market updates, we see the market. There is just a little bit more coming up on the market than there was, that there's a little more inventory. But you know, under the 300 range, it's really hard, and it's that first-time home buyer market that's hard to get into.
Yeah. Sandy Jones is here. She's with Clock Tower Realty. I can't think of one singular neighborhood in all of Central Florida that reflects what happened in 2006 and what happened in 2010 and then what's going on now better than Bella Colina. Bella Colina is the neighborhood down. Where is that exactly?
It's actually located in Montverde.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that. I have to be honest, from the crash, I had never gone to Bella Colina. 2005, 2006. You could buy lots really inexpensively. However, now, you know, it's a different ball game. I actually went out there with my Clock Tower Realtor peers and had, you know, the sales rep tell us about the property and show us around, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
It is their 75,000 square foot clubhouse. Just looks like you're in a different country.
It's an amazing golf course, amazing community. The lots were selling for $800,000 in 2006, went down to maybe $20,000. You know, now they're back up. But they built some incredibly beautiful homes there. And I know you wanted to show some examples of some homes down in Bella Colina. These houses are gorgeous. So let's start over on Pendio Drive. This is down in Bella Colina. Tell me a little bit about this house, Sandy.
1533 Pendio Drive is a gorgeous two-story French chateau. It's on a prime acre lot overlooking spring-fed Lake Siena, and it boasts 4 bedrooms, 5 full baths, and 2 half baths. It has over 6,600 square feet, an open floor plan, an infinity pool that's to die for, a 3-car garage. The chef's kitchen has the most luxurious marble countertops, and best of all are the breathtaking picturesque views from every room. You see that lake, and it just wants to pull you in. The master retreat is located on the ground floor, and 3 bedrooms with 2 bonus rooms are located on the second floor. It's just amazing. Wow. It's truly a dream home in this amazing community. It was built in 2016, and it's being offered at $2.85 million. And all homes actually in Bella Colina are by appointment only.
Yeah, that's an absolutely beautiful home, of course. You have another home down there that you wanted to show us as an example for what's going on down in Bella Colina. Also, down the street, this is on Pendio Drive as well.
Correct.
Tell me about this one.
That's 15368 Pendio Drive, and that's new construction. This elegant home has 5 bedrooms and 5.5 baths. It has a 3-car garage, and what I like about it is that all rooms have an ensuite bathroom. The kitchen is fully equipped with state-of-the-art appliances, as well as twin islands, which is great for entertainment and preparation if you're going to cook there, if you don't have your own cook. The family room, which is right beside it, has a fireplace. There's a library, a game room. One of my favorite features is the electric screen. They're located on the outside veranda surrounding the pool, which overlooks the views of the wooded conservation. The home also features something that I'm asked for a lot and is a nice feature, which is a separate in-law suite with its own private entrance. Or if you have a teenager you don't want near you, or a nanny perhaps. But I like the idea that it has its own private entry. So this is, truly a dream home, and it's gorgeous. And one thing that's really nice about this is that Vogel Building Group, who's the builder of this property, is offering a leaseback option. They'll give $7,000 a month to cover all expenses, utilities, ground maintenance, and property tax. So that it's an ideal, perfect scenario for someone that needs to sell their home and before moving into this one,
Beautiful homes. If you have any questions for Sandy Jones, call us right now. 407-205-0400. Sandy, you're going to stick around for the Real Estate Roundtable, I hope, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
I'm
Awesome.
ready.
Thank you for joining us today. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time for the Real Estate Roundtable. If you have any questions whatsoever that you want to ask us, go to the website, youhavepower.com, youhavepower.com, and we might just ask your question live on the air next week here on You Have Real Estate. Let's go down to Melissa in Maitland. I've been trying to sell a flip for 4 months. I have an offer where I basically break even. Should I sell it?
How can we find out more?
That's what Melissa, I mean, at what point do you bite the bullet, I think is what Melissa's asking. Look, it's been on the market for 4 months. We want to make money, but at some point, you have to take your medicine, right?
Yeah, I think she probably might have to sell it. At least she's making all the money back.
Right.
At least
Yeah.
she's not losing money, which
Exactly.
can easily happen. And the more she's probably paying hard money costs or anything like that, she's going to start losing money if she doesn't sell it soon. But,
Absolutely.
but maybe,
Absolutely, yeah.
Melissa,
Maybe-
consider it a learning experience.
Yes, for sure.
You didn't make any money and probably have a lot of sweat equity in it, but you learn what not to do next time, I hope, right?
Yes.
And then, look, you must have seen many a times where someone has lost a lot of money on a flip. At least she's breaking even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
She's lucky,
Yeah.
especially if it's her first.
John in Titusville asks, can I still make money flipping houses? What do you think?
I think that's a difficult one. I don't think it's the market for flipping. And let me take that in a different direction. It depends why you're flipping. I think the market right now is a very high demand for rentals. So if you're flipping that home to get a better rental income on it, absolutely. If you're flipping the home in hopes that you're going to make mega bucks, it's really hard to find that property right now. So really it just depends on what your ultimate goal is.
The cost of everything has gone so much up that it's just crazy. I mean, ACs are more expensive, contractors are more expensive, so it's just so hard to make money on a flip right now.
We answered this before, but I think it's important too. Wayne in Lake Mary says, should I use an agent when selling an investment property?
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about
The
it. Don't-
experience is worth more than you could ever put a price on.
The for sale by owner thing, guys, it doesn't work. It's worth every penny of the commission. If you find a good agent who you trust, it's going to be worth every penny, don't you
Absolutely.
think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Sarah in Melbourne. She asked, how long should a flip take?
It really depends on what type of flip. I mean, hopefully a cosmetic flip, I would say maybe 2 months, and then something more intense, up to 6 months, even longer,
Brandon in Winter Spring says, where in the house should I focus my money when trying to flip a home?
Always the bathrooms and kitchen, primarily the kitchen. That's going to be your big draw. Then secondary, maybe the master and the living areas. But you also want to make sure that the home is safe. The main things that everyone would look for in a home. A savvy buyer is not going to buy it without inspection. So again, the roofing, the AC, the plumbing, and electrical.
Ashley Casserly, broker owner over at Blueprint Real Estate Group and the star of Zombie House Flipping. Thank you so much for being here
Oh, thank
today.
you.
And Sandy
Appreciate it.
Jones, she's with Clock Tower Realty. You guys come back and see me Anytime. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate
you.
it.
But most importantly, thank you for joining us here today on You Have Real Estate. If you have any questions about anything we talked about today, you know the phone number, 407-205-0400. You can also reach out to me on the website, youhavepower.com. If you're looking to get pre-approved to go purchase your next home, call us 407-205-0400. I'm attorney Justin Clark. I'll see you right back here next week for another edition of You Have Real Estate.